Type Tunes. Good afternoon to everyone, and thank you all so much for joining us today. Um, as you can see, I don't have my earpiece with me, so if the sound is not as it should be, just let me know. If it is too high or too low, just give me some feedback in the comments section, and I'll be able to quickly attend to that and then rectify it and see how best I can resolve that. So once again, thank you all so much for joining us today. We've taken quite an extended break. I was away for a while, and it's taken some time to get back, and the organ was not in very good condition and all that. So I've taken quite an extended break, but thank you all for the feedback that I got from you about when to come back to the stream. And today I'm glad to be back. I wish I could have announced it more, but today I'm glad to be back, and I hope that from today I'm going to be having regular sessions on every Sunday around the same time, 2 p.m. Central Time here in the States, and 7 p.m. GMT. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining us today, and I'm grateful for you being here with me. Make sure you send in your requests if you want me to play any hymn for you. And then I have some hymns prepared here and some organ music as well. So I hope that you'll be blessed as you've joined us today. And thank you for spending your afternoon or your evening with us today. I'm going to get it started with MHB 76 from the Ghana Methodist Hymn Book, MHB 76. Okay. The King of Love, my shepherd is, whose goodness faileth never. I nothing lack if I am his, and he is mine forever. The last verse is, and so through all the length of days, thy goodness faileth never. Good shepherd, may I sing thy praise within thy house forever. Words by Henry Williams Baker, and the tune is Dominus Regit Me by J.B. Dykes. Okay, so you notice the problem that sometimes comes along um, with the organ. It just has a cluster of sound and then it just keeps blaring. I don't know why it's doing that. Just hope I can get it sorted out as soon as possible. All right, with that we'll move on to the next one. Next hymn, MHP 74. Praise to the holiest in the height, and in the depth be praise. In all his words, most wonderful, most sure in all his ways. Verse 3 says, O wise as love, that flesh and blood which did in Adam fail, should strive afresh against the foe, should strive and should prevail. Verse 6 says, And in the garden secretly and on the cross on high, should teach his brethren and inspire to suffer and to die. Last verse, praise to the holiest in the heights and in the depth be praise. In all his words, most wonderful, most sure in all his ways. Words by John Henry Newman, and a tune we'll be using Contemplation in the Methodist Praise. Okay, this one, no, this is Belling. The tune name is Belling by R.R. Terry for MHP 74. I hope the sound has gotten better. I really, really hope so. Since we're having some few issues. Okay, good, good. Yay! Yes, 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 Charles Moore. Yeah, you can hear me now. That's great. That's great. That's great. And yeah, Nana Yabwedua is here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you. And Charles says, I hope you had a nice visit with family. Yes, I did. Yes, I really, really, really did. I was really glad to get that opportunity, and I'm really grateful that I had a chance to take that trip and to visit the family. That was really great, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm really glad that I did. So yeah, thank you so much for sending that in, Charles. Nanaya Buedua sent in a request, MHB 109. Okay, let's switch over to MHB 109. Jesus, thou joy of loving hearts, thou fount of life, thou light of men, from the best bliss that earth imparts, we through unfailed to thee again. We turn unfailed to thee again, yes. Verse 2 says, Thy truth unchanged hath ever stood. Thou savest those that on thee call. To them that seek thee, thou art good. To them that find thee all in all. The last verse says, O Jesus, ever with us stay. Make all our moments calm and bright. Chase the dark night of sin away. Shed o'er the world thy holy light. Amen. Words Bernard of Clairvaux and translated by Ray Palmer. The tune is Wareham by W. Knapp. Okay. Here is MHB 109 requested by Nanaja Buidua. The problem seems to still be coming back. The sound, I hope you just noticed it. It just gets stuck, and that's it. It just holds the sound. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why it keeps. Yep, the organ cries. Yep, yep. I don't know why the organ is doing that. It's beginning to give problems. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like a sci-fi sort of thing. Problem with the weather, and then some technical things in there in the pipe chamber that we have to sort out. So that is what is causing all those things. So I think one of the things I can do is to just to avoid some registrations, and then hopefully that should be able to help. So no, it didn't happen in church. It didn't happen in church. Yeah. So we had a cipher earlier on, and I identified the stops, and I avoided those stops during church service. So we didn't have any issues with that. But this one, I don't know where it is coming from. Yep. Um, yep. Okay. So, ah, Dominic Davis says the organ can't contain the power. I don't know why he's doing that. Okay, so let's see. So I was on MHP 109. At least I was able to play some stanzas out of that one. So hopefully I'll be able to move on. That was a request from Nanaya Buidua. Okay, and okay, Augustine says MHB 356. So let's move to 356. And fingers crossed, I don't have this thing coming back again. Okay. 356. Da, 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 dee, 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 right? Oh, okay. This is Great God of Wonders. All right. Great God of wonders, all thy ways display the attributes divine, but countless acts of love, of pardoning grace, countless acts of pardoning grace beyond thine other wonders shine. Who is a pardon God like thee, or who has grace so rich and free? Tune is Sovereignty by J. Newton. Okay, so hopefully I won't have that issue recurring again. Um, okay, Dominic Debbie says MHB 110. Okay, Debbie, which tune do you like? Is it the set tune or the one in the Methodist praise? I think both of them are nice though, actually. Either of them are nice. So let's see. Okay, I think I'll just choose the set tune then. Okay, so the issue nearly came back. All right. Methodist praise. Okay, okay. Let's quickly go over to the Methodist praise one and play a couple of verses from that. 110. I've played the one in the Methodist Praise for you. I love to tell the story. Okay, Charles Moore sends a request in. Is it in the United Methodist Hymnal? Do you know the number? I could find it here though, but let's see. I love to tell the story. I. Let's see if I can find that one. Okay, so that is 156 from the United Methodist Hymnal. So folks in Ghana who may not be familiar with this one. So here is I love to tell the story from the United Methodist Hymnal, number 156, requested by Charles. All right. Okay. So that was 156 from the United Methodist Hymnal, requested by Charles Moore. That is I love to tell the story. Okay. So that played, and we'll move to MHB 50 to see if there's anyone we can. Okay. Okay, see some new comments coming in. 323. Anaja Abudua says 323. 323. 323. Let's see. Okay, 323 here says, come send us to the gospel feast. Let every soul be Jesus' guest. Ye need not one be left behind, for God hath bidden all mankind. Last verse says, this is the time, no more delay. This is the Lord's accepted day. Come in this moment at his call and live for him who died for all. Words by Charles Wesley, and the tune is Folder, and it's from Gardner's Sacred Melodies. That was MHB 323, requested by Nanaya Abuedua. Lord for the Years, requested by Jonathan Atoma. Ato, welcome, welcome. Charles says, welcome back. We missed you. Yeah. I've been away for quite a while. Okay. Ato says, Lord for the Years. Ato, which number is it exactly? If you could tell me, it just has escaped me. I don't think I know where that one is. Uh, so if you could let me know where the tune is. Let me see. So is it in the MHB Lord for the Years? I don't think it's in the MHB, right? Lord for the Years is not in the MHB. Oh, okay. It's not in the MHB. Yeah. I don't know whether the United Methodist Hymnal might have it. If not, I'll just look for it and get it to you probably next week. Let's see if okay. United Methodist Hymnal also doesn't have it. probably in ancient and modern, I think. It should be in that one, but I don't have a copy of that. So hopefully I'll be able to get it for you at all sometime, maybe next week. Okay. Or at all, if you have any other requests too, you can send it in as well. And in the meantime, as I wait for new requests to come in, I'll play MHB 50. The Lord's my shepherd, I shall not want. And I'll be playing a tune by Sam Yarni. So I just got your Lord for the Years from Augustine, so I should be able to play that. Then I would move to Immortal, Invisible God, Only Wise. All right. So those were two requests sent in by Ato, and I've played both of them. So here is MHB 34. Okay, Dominic has also requested the same thing. So, okay, I think it's a surprise for both. 679 request from Dominic Derby. Usika, Usika, Usika. 679. Pleasant are thy courts above in the land of light and love. Pleasant are thy courts below in this land of sin and woe. O my spirit longs and faints for the converse of thy saints, for the brightness of thy face, for thy fullness, God of grace. Words by Henry Francis Light. Tune is Made Stone by W.B. Gilbert. Okay. Yes, Ato, thank you too. God bless you too. Thank you so much for joining in. I just played 34 and then 679 requested by Dominic Derby. Usika, Usika, Usika. Okay. All right. Thank you all so much for sending in your requests and for joining me. And I really appreciate you staying around. Um, yes, the sound was giving me some issues from the beginning, but thank you all so much for um, staying around, sticking around, and hopefully next week I shouldn't have these issues bothering me. started deciphering what the problem was coming, and it seems to be coming from the swell. I think um, the sound gets stuck on the swell, especially when you start using the bright upper work. So now, if I have to use any bright upper work, I'm sticking to the grate and maybe the choir, but the choir doesn't really have any bright works up. So when it comes to building up a crescendo, I just have to rely on the grade, but then the grade too is a little too overpowering. So just finding ways and means around it. The organ is putting me on the spot. Yeah, the organ is putting me on the spot. Okay, Debbie says 76. Did I play 76 when I started? I think I did. That is what I started with, right? Okay, but I'll play it again. So MHB 76 requested by Dominic Debbie. Really put me on the spot today, but hopefully it got better as we're getting to the end. So thank you all so much for joining us today, and I'll still be waiting if there's any more requests coming in. If not, then we might just be drawing down the curtain on today's session. I've really missed you all. I've really been away for quite a while, and I'm glad that I am back, and I hope that next week we might have another beautiful session as well. Dominic Davis says, enjoyed the session. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and I hope that next week I would have you all around. You send in your requests, any special songs that you would also want to be played. You can send those also in, maybe even ahead of time. So I may just make a Google form and then put it out on my YouTube as a post. So if you see that, do make sure you sign in and send in any requests ahead of time, so that we can prepare for them and then play them for you when the time is up. So thank you all so much. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and I'll be posting some other videos as well, maybe from the piano, from the organ. Make sure you share them and also invite others to join us too as well. I will really be glad to have as many people join me as possible. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I really missed you all, and I hope that you have a wonderful week. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and see you around next time, which is next week, same time, 7 p.m. GMT and 2 p.m. Central Time. I hope that you remain blessed throughout the week. So, without any requests coming in, maybe I'll just play one of my own selections and then end with that. Yes. So I didn't even play my musical selections for today. Okay. Um, so we'll push that to next week probably, because the way the organ is worrying me today, it might pop up again if I play the musical selection, because I'm using the loud stops. So I would have to hold on with that for now. Okay, so let me just play one of the hymns and then I'll close with that. So here is MHB 238. My faith looks up to thee, and I'll close with that. All right, so I'll just end with that, and hopefully you have a wonderful week and stay safe and remain blessed. See you next week around the same time. Bye bye.